I think because when I came in there, I was at like a 2 or 3, so that's the only reason they killed me is because of my blood pressure, and I think they gave it to me at like I think 7 in the morning, maybe 7 or 8.
But how do you know how many centimeters were you dilated?
Oh, I don't know how many centimeters I was dilated. I just know that lady, she stuck her hand in my coochie in the water bag.
Stuck her hand in my coochie is wild.
She did.
Do you know that I have 5 children, right? And I've only had one epidural while I was my firstborn. Thank goodness, and I say that because just recently I just got a hold of my medical records. I found out that they put freaking fentanyl in the epidural. Did you guys know that?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was supposed to be for pain. So that's why. But see, let me tell you how it makes you feel when you get that epidural. Let me tell you this: the first one worked like miracles. When I tell you, I didn't feel nothing. I couldn't even tell if I was pushing or not. That's how numb. I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't do anything. You know how they put the catheter in you. I was peeing, didn't know I was peeing. I ain't have no control over nothing at the bottom. I just didn't. I was just laying there. But I'm gonna tell you,
Same.
when they did my epidural for my second son, I seen some stuff fly out like water, like maybe the needle. Anyway, when I was putting his name and stuff, a doctor, anesthesia, was like, "Hey, if you begin to feel headaches due to your epidural, just let us know, right?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Anyway, the day we went home, which is like 2 days later, y'all, I couldn't even hold my son. My headache, it was like pounding. I couldn't breathe. I was crying. As soon as I was released from the hospital, 30 minutes later, I went back to the hospital. They took the same blood. They took some blood out of my arm and injected it in my back, and my headache stopped instantly.
oh yeah,
That's crazy.
So I don't know what it was, but ever since then, I haven't been I have back pain, literally.
Y'all gonna have scoliosis.
Yeah, see, with my daughter, everything was kind of good with hers. I felt like it was kind of pointless, like KP said, because I kind of felt everything, but it was like an easy labor with her. But with my son, the doctor messed up my epidural, and my back was bleeding and everything. They had to take it out and put it back in twice.
Damn.
And they fucked me up. Like, my back was killing me. And after I had my son, I couldn't move. I couldn't get up and walk. I couldn't do nothing. They had to put me in a wheelchair and take me to my room.
So y'all would have
Did you sue the hospital?
No.
Why y'all don't never want to sue the hospital?
Do you know that hospital?
Shit out there.
What'd you say, Brianna?
Because I do a lot of research on hospitals and whatnot, and that's a whole different topic. But based on what you guys are talking about, so do you guys know that the hospitals every hospital that's in every city, that certain ones, like majority of them, are actually like the doctors that work at the hospitals are like separate entities, like they're not they're contracted, they're independent contractors. Separately. So if they do exactly. So if they do let's say they fuck up on your surgery, whatever, they leave something in you or whatever, and you want to sue them, you have to actually sue them. You can't sue the hospital because the hospital has if they put their hands up hey.
I noticed that with Grey's Anatomy. I ain't even trying to be funny right now, y'all, but I definitely that's that. She's not lying. They do that in Grey's Anatomy. They don't sue the hospital. They go for the damn doctor.
Wow.
They go for the surgeon. That's a fact.
They messed up her epidural and ended up puncturing her spine and tapped her spine, and she was licking fluid on her spine. And after my sister had the baby, she couldn't move, and she started having seizures and everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so ever since that happened, my sister has been having seizures and everything. Like, literally, one night we went out and we was drinking and stuff, and she had came back to my house before I did, and I was about to go to another club. Telling me, and as soon as I got here, her friend ran outside and was crying, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she was like, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do."
And I went in the bathroom, and my sister was literally stuck having a seizure, and she was seizing for a good 10 minutes. And my sister ended up literally dying on me, and I had to give her CPR and bring her back. And then finally the ambulance got here, and they had to stick her twice. And even when they got here and stuck her with the seizure medicine, she was still having seizures, and she had a seizure for the total of about 20
Oh
minutes.
my God.
Yeah,
now,
I
isn't that negligent? That's malpractice, right?
Hey, Audie,
you
hey,
can't sue
Jay.
for that.
No, at first I was calm, and then I was, I was doing everything that I was supposed to do, and then once she, I don't know, she just looked at me, and then she just stopped breathing, and I put my hand on her neck to check her pulse. There was no pulse, so I immediately threw her on the ground and started pumping her chest. I was screaming, crying, please just wake up, wake up. We was drunk as fuck too. And I was I sobered up so fast, and I had to give her CPR and bring her back. That's why I went and took the class and got CPR certified after that, because I had to bring my sister back to life, and I had never done CPR a day in my life, and my sister literally died in my arms of a seizure.
Oh my God. That reminds me of a story. I hate to be interrupting you guys and stuff, but I have a lot of experience with medical stuff and stuff like that.
Good morning.
And anyways, I found my grandma on the floor after she had a stroke, and that was the night before we had taken her to the hospital, and they basically told her just go home. And she was sick as fuck, right? So she goes home, she goes to sleep. I wake up to go to school in the morning because I had to get my sisters up, and I was only 12 or 13. And so I went to go open the door in the restroom, and my grandmother's on the floor, she's passed out, she wouldn't wake up, and I was freaking out, what the heck? And I kept yelling her name, and she wasn't answering, and I was oh my God. So I called the ambulance, and they came and got her, and she was in a coma for about a month and a half, and she was in the ICU for about a month and a half. And the only reason why she wouldn't respond to anybody, the only person she responded to was me, and she woke up finally out of a coma. But,
so off the stroke? Wow.
Yeah, she had a stroke after that. She had the flu or something. It seemed like it was a regular flu, and so the doctors were just oh, just go home and get better or whatever. So, but when
her fever probably got too high and made her.
Well, they said it was stress, but I mean, I don't know. I never heard of a stroke, looking like a flu or anything. I never heard of somebody saying, "Oh, I was sick and then I got a stroke," But it was crazy finding her on the floor that day.
I think that was how I was saying. If your fever gets too high, that could cause a stroke. That could cause a number of
a seizure. It could do all of that. Mm-hmm.
Oh damn. Yeah, she had to learn how to walk, and she had to learn how to do everything right. And she couldn't even talk when she came out of she was in a coma, and then she went comatose, and then she woke up. But she couldn't do anything. I took care of her after that. So, but yeah.
Well, hey, Haja, to piggyback on your story about the little seizure thing, the doctors, they end up, my baby, they end up prescribing him with focal epilepsy or whatever. And they end up giving him they tried to give him some medicine or whatever that I refused because I wasn't giving that shit to him after I did my research on the medicine and saw that it was more bad shit than good to come from it. But my baby ended up having a seizure after that, after they told me that and shit like that. And I just had, anytime my child had a seizure, I just had to lay him on his side, and then he eventually came back. He had mild seizures and shit, but yeah, I don't be knowing
that's what you're supposed to do. When I first walked into my sister doing that, I was calm at first because she had a seizure before, and now she has muscle spasms where she'll just get stuck and she can't move for a little bit. So she has to kind of get relaxed. So I was massaging her back, and then the muscle spasm ended up turning into her having a seizure, and she literally was seizing for it was just, I don't know, that shit was the most scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then when she just stopped breathing, I literally was just no, this cannot happen. I cannot lose my sister in my house, in my arms. So I just started pushing on her chest. I'm talking about, I was literally down there beating her. get the fuck up. And then she finally started breathing again. But then as soon as she started breathing again, she immediately started seizing. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just like, the ambulance kept asking me questions. I was cussing them out. Like, it was crazy. And when they took her to the hospital, they put her on this machine that had all kind of like shit coming out her head. Her head was wrapped up and shit. And she literally, they was monitoring her seizures and trying to see like, you know, what was causing them. And within 2 minutes, she had 2 seizures. Literally.
Yeah, being first aid and CPR certified for me is just like...
You know what? I'm glad y'all talking about this. I've been thinking about doing that, y'all, because I'm not certified. But you know what?
Yeah.
You know, it be rooms like this, man, that it be confirmation. Like, what are you doing? You never know.
Yeah, for real.
Seriously, because
But,
I had never in my life gave CPR. You know, I've always seen it on movies and shit. Like, I never really, like, you never really think that, like, you'll have to use it for real. But, I mean, that was my first time doing it, and I ended up doing it right. And my job offered us CPR classes for free, and I went and took it. And it, like, we was in there, I think it took, like, maybe 2 or 3 hours or something like that. And I called her, and I told her, I was like, I got CPR certified, and she was just crying, and I was like, I had to, because I'm like, after literally you like losing you in my arms, like I was like, I want to be able to help somebody else and know what I'm doing.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. To be a CPR first aid certified, like even then, like when I went to massage school, I had to get CPR, CPR first aid certified. And even in moments, like you just panic. You know what I'm saying? It's not like even if you do have the knowledge, you just and you're in that mode, you just panic because you really don't. You've never experienced it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. Hi. The link is in the chat if you want to sign up.
Shout out to you, girl. Let me click it. I'm driving now, but shout out to you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
KP, I have a training.
I'll let y'all know when I get certified. I'm certified.
Oh Lord.
What's up, Jay?
I'm choking. You said your little boy has been diagnosed with epilepsy.
Yeah, focal
right?
epilepsy.
Montreal, you stole my picture. I put that picture up yesterday. Do you see my picture?
Man, I get robbed all day long with my PTRs. You gotta get used to it.
Listen, I used to steal dude's picture that said I'm asleep, and I think I don't know, one of them had your name. I don't know, but I stole this whole picture.
Sunshine stole my other one the other day. Talking about I killed one of you bitches. I was like, damn, that's mine.
Oh, I always still do shit. Every picture, I think I got every picture Deuce has ever had on his profile.
Hollywood, you just want mahogany to touch on you.
But what was your question, Jenica? You was gonna ask?
Hollywood, you just want mahogany to touch
KP,
on
stop
you.
getting your mic.
Dang, can Jenica ask me the question? Shut the fuck up, Deuce.
Hungry.
So with your son, does like lights and stuff affect him?
Man, I've been trying to figure it out. Really, honestly, I don't even know what triggers it. He just had them randomly, and the first time he had it, I wasn't around, so he would just sleep. They say he was asleep, and then he just woke up out his sleep and started having a seizure. So
I'm glad he was okay after that. You know, that's scary for them to be asleep. And nobody watching him, not watching him, but you know what I'm saying, you sleep.
Right. But that's why I try to keep him away from like dyes and shit like that. And I took away all the like toxic stuff out of everything. So
You gotta be careful with like flashing lights though.
Yeah, that's one of his problems. He like to have a tablet and TV on at the same time, and it be flashing different shit.
That's what you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that because I remember I was in my 20s and I was getting some lottery tickets checked, and you know how their little machine would light up red every time you like check the tickets. The man in front of me, as she was checking my tickets, I guess that light did something to him. This man was over 6 foot tall, and here I am 5'1", 5'1", 5'2", and all of a sudden he started turning, and like his eyes were looking up at the ceiling, and he started having a seizure. And when the ambulance came, they said, the flashing light from that machine was likely triggered it.
Wow.
That shit scared me so much because I was like, what is wrong with him? And then he just fell, hit his head on the counter and everything. That shit scared me to death.
Does it cross your mind? Okay, so I'm going to be honest. It wouldn't cross my mind if it was a child, right? Y'all know how I feel about children, man. I don't like none of you niggas. But women either. No offense. But I love kids. But listen, y'all, I love babies, kids. It don't matter. Like
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, Sam.
Morning,
So,
Sam.
are you guys comfortable? If you go out, so I'm not even gonna use kids. Are you guys comfortable with giving a random stranger CPR on a plane? 30-year-old black girl, 30-year-old white girl, whatever.
Let God be what they sow.
Hell no.
God rest their soul.
No, but my
A lot of times now they don't even.
At Mahogany, if I had a chance to save a life, I would definitely do it. Just because, like, if I was in that situation, if I was in it, can I finish?
I don't give a fuck about you, Fetty.
Because I don't give a fuck, let me finish.
Come on, y'all.
All I was finna say was, because if it was me, I would want somebody to help me. Damn.
Right.
Okay.
But I heard that
The CPR is different now.
Yeah, they
The
just want you
CPR
to do chest compression.
I just took CPR, my nigga, like a month ago to stone mouth to mouth. It's like an air it's like an air filter. Yeah, you don't do that.
But they got a mask
So
to put over the person's mouth.
But what do you do if you don't have the air filter or whatever? I think all they want you to do is like chest compression.
What you're supposed to do
Yeah.
is you're supposed to get down and listen to their breathing first. Like you have to watch their chest and you listen to their breathing, and you can tell by their breathing if they need it or not. Like you can, like, if their breathing is like, I guess you could say like, let's just say like they sound like they're about to stop, kind of. That's when like to try to use the little air filter or do mouth to mouth. But if they're not breathing like that, then you don't have to. You can just do chest compressions, because we had this guy overdose at my job, and he was dead. He was literally purple, and we had to do CPR on him. And the way that he was breathing, we ended up not even having to use like the machine or anything, the EKG and stuff, because of the way that he was breathing. We called it like kind of in time, I guess, because we didn't end up having to do mouth to mouth on him, and by the time the ambulance got there, he was barely breathing after the chest.
I seen a video on this baby. I seen a video about a week ago where this baby was unresponsive, not breathing, and the police officer's body cam was capturing it. And all he was doing was the chest compressions on the baby and brought the baby back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to do mouth to mouth anymore.
So that's good to know. That's good. So yeah. I'm not saying, damn. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a good person, so I say now I'm only gonna help maybe elderly and babies, but you never know. And in that time, if you know how to do something and you just watch that person suffer and you know you could potentially stop it, I couldn't live with that. You know what I mean? I just couldn't live with it. But it's good to know.
Hope I ain't on the plane with you, shit.
Hold on, can we switch to rooms real quick and continue the convo? I'm sorry. Let's get rid of real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm finna open up the room. Somebody jump behind me.
But yeah, I don't know.